All right, 3, 2, 1.
I forget, dude.
Yeah, he's dead.
I know that, but how'd he pass?
Didn't he hang himself in jail?
He died in jail.
He died in jail
There you go.
shortly after killing multiple people.
So we are not going to get an Aaron Hernandez jersey. It's not going to happen. Welcome back, guys, by the way.
Yeah.
But we had to have that on record because
Mike didn't know that Aaron Hernandez
no,
was dead.
I knew he was dead. I just didn't know how he died. Very simple. My guess is he killed himself.
Well, I mean, it's not a guess.
Well, Josh McDaniels may have put out a hit on Aaron Hernandez, according to Chandler Jones.
Well, that dude should have worried about how he was coaching before he did that. I'm convinced I could take a Pee-wee team out to the Raiders and we'd be able to beat them.
Rule of suicide in a cell.
Got it. R.I.P.
That being said, R.I.P. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Great start to the show.
One of our
That's just
better
gonna
ones.
that's
One
just
of our
gonna
better.
plan the rest of the show here. I apologize for my mortals. I am completely off. The Cowboys are dead to me. Mueller can elaborate if he wants.
Yeah, not one person on Instagram or TikTok wanted to talk about the fact that I picked the Jets.
It was a great pick.
That was a great pick.
It was a great pick, and every time I brought it up, everyone had an issue.
That was so locked. They always win in Denver, and Breece Hall always breaks off a crazy run. I don't know
Yeah.
why I didn't take him because the Broncos are one of the worst teams in the league, like we posted.
One of my better flip-flops. Also, if you actually took all the teams that I picked, you would have won a lot of money.
You did pick Cincy and then switch.
Yeah.
Which was a winner.
Yeah. Yeah. So technically, I hit 2 for you guys.
So followers and
4-game
listeners,
heater. 4-game heater.
if you had to choose, because Mueller right now is 3-2, Gassie's 2-3, I'm 1-3-1. Looks like Muller's a hot hand.
Yes.
Will it switch over? Who knows? But right now, ride with Mr. Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
Mulligan Mueller, ride with the man.
That's me.
Mulligan man Mueller,
Yes, ma'am.
mortal man Mueller.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Now, since we're on the topic, I want to talk about the Cowboys game. Now, I don't know if you heard about Micah, because apparently Micah's got a podcast too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he should be allowed to have one or not.
I watch it.
It's a good podcast.
Yeah.
It is.
He was saying that it wasn't personal this week, but they could make it personal the next time they see each other.
I just think, all right, yes. Did the Cowboys suck? Absolutely. Did Dak Prescott look horrible? Absolutely. We didn't look good. What can I'm not going to sit here and say that we're the best team in the NFL. We just got destroyed by who I think is the best team in the NFL.
Now, is it more so on the Niners just being the best team in the NFL, or is it the Cowboys just who?
I think it's a little bit of
What's more of a factor? I mean, my guess is definitely the Niners are the best team in the NFL.
I think the Niners part is a little bigger than the Cowboys part because when you look at who the Cowboys have played, yes, I had a big mouth. I'm not going to apologize for winning all those games. Sorry your team's 0-5 if you're a Carolina fan. Not my problem. Yeah, we haven't played anyone, so it was good that we got our teeth kicked in. If we would have won that game, it's one of those things where you see it in college basketball a lot. You don't want to be that team that's undefeated going into your tournament. You want to have a few losses under your belt because you don't want that first loss to be in the tournament, you know? Mm-hmm. Now, I know we got our first loss, so I'm sure that kid that doesn't understand sarcasm on Instagram is going to come at me for that one. But,
Greg.
yeah.
Shout out to you, Greg.
Yeah, shout out to you. You're fun to mess with.
Ooh, fighting words.
Yes.
Now,
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, got it. Now, the Cowboys, I love where we're at. Put us in the doghouse. 3-2, no expectations. Just let us keep climbing. We're not going to win the division. Eagles are the best team in that division. I'm not going to sit here and lie about that. So all the Eagles fans, cream your pants. I just said it. They're the best team in the division. Cowboys will come in second, make the playoffs. But I just need Stephen A. Smith to not get a hard-on for the Cowboys for the next 8 weeks.
He can't help it. It's all
Let
he
us
does.
rest. Let us rest. He only does it because he knows it does numbers.
yeah, and because Skip Bayless is a diehard, and those videos he posts
I hate Skip Bayless so
are
much.
cringe as fuck.
I hate that guy so much.
Yeah, this is the thing though. I feel like all of these analysts or / celebrities, Like, you always have that one, because there's obviously multiple. You always have that one analyst, like, for example, Mike Greenberg. Like, I hate Mike Greenberg. I think he is the worst type of Jets fan there is. Like, I love Rich Eisen as a Jets fan because he's real with it. Like, Greeny's just out of his mind. Like, Skip Bayless, that's what Skip Bayless is for the Cowboys. Obviously, it's for clicks too. But
I hate him.
He is like the Cowboys fan, like, in my opinion.
I tweeted it up. X'd it up. I said this guy is a horrible Cowboys fan. I hate him. I wish he wouldn't be a Cowboys fan. But we're stuck with him. You know, he's family. Can't get rid of family.
True. It's just so funny because I wonder how he approaches, like, asking his wife or whoever is taking those videos of him walking, like, around the hall through his kitchen, trash can wide open with a Dak jersey and just throwing it in, and then he takes the mic and puts it, like,
also,
how do you, like, go about it? Like, hey, I need you to record this video of me. Do you even, like, give the wife or whoever context of, like, what the actual video is? Like, what kind of video are you posting, bro?
Also, I want to call him out. That Dak Prescott jersey somehow is new every single season. We can't keep saying he has a new Cowboys jersey on. Oh, I have my new Dak Prescott jersey on. We're going to win it this time. Like, no, you can't have a new Dak Prescott jersey every year just to throw it in a trash can.
Yeah, agreed. Now,
I didn't like that he brought Micah into the conversation.
No, but you know what, though? He didn't throw it into the trash can.
He thought about it.
He thought about it, put it over his shoulder, and he left.
It's a thought.
It's a
one
thought
thing to
that's
throw
not
Dak's
good.
in
Yeah.
because Dak was dog shit. It's another to be like, oh, I'm going to throw Micah. Micah is our savior. That
Micah
dude,
is your best
if
player.
it wasn't for J.J. Watt, not J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt.
TJ Watt?
Micah would no doubt best player in football.
Dude, and this is the thing. I don't want to get into TJ Watt, but every single year he is like, he's good value to win Defensive Player of the Year and somehow always gets outbeaten by Aaron Donald or fucking whoever else. Like, this is the year the man's got to win it. He deserves it. He's the Steelers' best player. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. His numbers are always very attractive to that award. I mean, you got to give the man the award already. Just give it to him because he's gotten screwed so many times by not getting it.
I mean, we said it a few weeks ago. The only way that man's going to win it, and now the way the season's panning out, I mean, we're only 5 weeks in. We should go back and look at Drew's clip, by the way.
Yes, we should.
Because
I'm pretty sure it was
about
like 5-0 through the first 5 weeks.
Yeah, they're not 5-0.
No, they are 2-3 now.
Yeah, they're bad. No, but
we'll get into that game too a little bit.
Yes, we have to. We said that Watt, the only way he wins it is if he gets that sack record. Right now, he's on pace, I think, still.
Yeah.
And especially because that sack happened at the end of the game. That was a great play.
Electric.
I don't know if you saw Jersey Jerry's reaction.
Oh, yeah.
It was
awesome.
He almost, like, roundhouse kicked that guy.
I know.
Back of the head.
He did. But one more thing in the Cowboys game here, and then we can touch on the Ravens Steelers a little bit if you want, because I watched them.
Do we want to do our rankings? And then get into everything, or do you want to get into everything and then do our rankings? New segment, by the way.
We'll get into everything that we're supposed to talk about first. We could do the rankings like towards the end. But with the Cowboys, I mean, I don't think Dak played that bad of a game. I might sound kind of crazy here, but
go ahead.
I think it was more. I think it was just the Niners, bro. Like, I think Mike McCarthy got outcoached hands down. I think the defense got exploited out the ass by Shanahan, and Brock looked fucking good, dude. He looked damn good. I mean, Kittle looked good. Everybody was open. Like, I know, Gassy, you can say something too, because we were kind of watching it, but Brock. Gassy was right.
All I said last week is the same thing I've been saying. Brock Purdy is the face of the NFL. The man is going to go undefeated this year.
Gass, let me ask you, since you got the mic real quick, you think he's a possible MVP candidate? You think he could win it?
If they
we're at the point now it's possible.
With like 15 wins, yeah. Yeah.
I'm about to look right now. Also, are the 49ers about to go undefeated? Because right now it's looking like a possibility.
Regular season, it could happen.
I might stop betting week to week and just do all futures.
I was thinking about it since I'm 1-3-1 right now, just taking the 49ers every single week. They are minus 5.5 against the Browns, by the way, which is at Cleveland, yes.
Coming off an emotional win because they really wanted that. They really wanted that one against the Cowboys.
What was it? Oh, MVP. Hold on. I can't find the I cannot find the undefeated thing, but right now Brock is 7-1 He's plus 700. So we got Mahomes.
Yeah, one loss was the game he got hurt in like the first quarter.
It was the one that the Eagles all like to say that they destroyed them, but they forgot the fact that they didn't have a quarterback.
It was really the NFC chip too, but right now we got Mahomes at plus 350, Tua at plus 500, Jalen Hurts at plus 600, Josh Allen at plus 700 as Brock, and then Justin Herbert at plus 1400. First non-quarterback is McCaffrey at plus 2,000.
Mahomes is the first one?
Mahomes is the first one.
That's surprising.
And I just don't think he's going to win it this year. I think they're going to look at other players like Tua and like Brock. I think they have I wouldn't say a clear advantage, but Tua. I'd say just based off their numbers and how they're kind of directing their teams right now, I wouldn't knock them.
In the top 5 there, I think Brock and Tua have the best chance.
I don't know if Jalen still is there too, but I feel like when people want MVP, they're gonna vote for players that are more, you didn't expect this and they're having a great year, like Brock Purdy or Tua. That's what the fans want, in my opinion. That's what I want, at least. Like, I don't want Mahomes winning it yet again. I'm tired of that.
Also, Jalen Hurts is really, really good. Let's start there, because I hate that I have to get ahead of myself before I make a comment about every Eagles thing.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts, really good quarterback. So let's say that before I say what I'm about to say. Brock Purdy, we come out of that game and the game before, we're like, wow, Brock was really good. You come out of games where Tua plays and you're like, wow, Tua's really good. Eagles, you don't come out of it and you're like, Jalen Hurts is really, really good. You know what I mean? It's always someone else that played really. It's been DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
It's been.
But you know what, though? That's the Eagles' identity, though. And I think we've seen that drastically shift from last year to this year, because the way that they're winning games is they're running the frig out of the football. I mean, that's what they have to do. Time of possession, kill the clock. And then they're going to score somehow, whether it be because that's all they do. They get first downs. They kill possession, and that's their formula. I mean, it might not look pretty, but now they're 5-0 and they're winning games. I mean, Jalen Hurts, if he has to get his number called upon where he has to start throwing the ball, I mean, so be it. Devontae Smith had 1 reception last week. Goddard, A.J. Brown, but dude, all they got to do is run it. And it's not going to be pretty, and they're going to do the brotherly push, but dude, they're winning games. That's why I don't think he's going to win it, because it's more of a team. It's not like he's taking over. It's more let the line fucking go crazy and just run the ball. Simple.
Yes, and I agree with you, and that's why he will not win MVP.
And it's nothing on Jalen, of course.
Did you see that? Yeah, it's not. Did you see
just have to make sure
that the Giants got injured doing that play?
No, but I wouldn't
be shocked.
They had
2 or 3 guys get injured doing the play. Their hand got stuck in his asshole.
How do you get injured on that play, bro? It's literally it's like that rugby formation when you have to freaking, I don't even know what it's called, but you literally just get down and you just dive forward. That's it. You're not standing up and pushing. You're just going forward and just you're essentially trying to just chop block the shit out of them if they don't get low enough. So
the way the Giants season's going, I could see them trying to push Daniel Jones, but missing him and going underneath, and
just letting the center just flatten out.
Yeah, and just
having it cracked.
Absolutely crushing your leg.
Did you guys expect it? Before the season even started, did you guys even expect this from New York, the Giants? I thought that'd be at least competitive, but dude, this is a whole different ballgame.
We were talking about how they weren't going to be the best team in the division, but they would be that third team,
hunt team.
Yeah,
always.
number 2 or 3 out of that division. And we thought the Commanders would be last, which would have happened if the Giants could be competent and play some type of football, but they just haven't proven to be competent at all.
They run through Saquon so much that you
imagine if they didn't have Saquon. Can you imagine if he sat out?
They would be 0-16. 0-17.
They would be what the Panthers are. They'd be competing
absolutely.
with the Panthers.
Absolutely. And now they're in a really shitty spot because you have a disgruntled right tackle on Evan Neal, who's your first-round pick, who's probably going to be gone maybe next year or the following. Andrew Thomas will probably stay because he's a good dude and just probably wants to get paid. I'm telling you, Saquon's got it. I've been saying it for years. Saquon's got to go. He's got to get out. Especially after that JT contract, by the way. I don't know what just happened.
So I twisted my ankle just now.
After that JT contract, Saquon's probably looking at himself in the mirror and being like, why the hell did I sign that deal? And we're gonna get into that contract too because I want to talk about the Colts. But Saquon needs to go, and like I know that he loves New York. He's a Jets fan, but that's a team that's just it's not gonna propel him to be the player that he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. Like you got no receivers. Your number one receiver is Darius Slayton. Your wide receiver 2 is probably Paris Campbell or
Jalen Hyatt.
No, Jalen Hyatt. I'm sorry. Your wide receiver 1 is Darren Waller. My apologies,
yes.
but
he's
got to go.
I hate that. Like all these Giants fans were like, Darren Waller's a wide receiver 1. Like, dude, he's a tight end.
He is a tight end.
Let's call a spade a spade. You're not the Chiefs. You don't get to say that.
Yeah, because Darren Waller's not Travis Kelce. Fair enough.
Like your wide receivers are just bad. Let's just say like you don't have one. You can't say Darren Waller's your wide receiver 1. You can't.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't even throw him the ball half the game.
I mean, I don't even know because
he went a whole first half without touching the ball.
Yeah, and it's
How is that
inconsistent.
your wide receiver 1?
Absolutely no, it's super inconsistent. But where the hell do they go from here? Because they just gave Danny Dimes a crap load of money.
If they're smart, they tank, trade Saquon.
Absolutely, you have to trade Saquon because if anything, Saquon's going to request a trade.
How many wins do
inevitable.
they have? One.
They have one. They have one win.
All right,
against
so they're
Arizona
still,
Cardinals, which they came back down from like 27 points.
They're still in the hunt for that 1 seed.
Yeah, and so is Carolina. The
Bears.
So are the Broncos. The Bears might not be in it anymore because now I feel like the Bears, since they're cursed.
No, but they are.
They are, but since they're cursed. Okay, yes, you're right. So
as long as the Panthers are bad,
suck,
the Bears are technically in the hunt.
Okay,
yeah.
Good move by Ryan Poles, but
that's going to be a funny one to follow because all these Panthers fans, I guarantee there's one out there that doesn't know that they don't have that pick, and the whole year he's going to be like, we just got to lose these games. We're going to get Caleb. We'll be fine. And then when the draft comes around, he's going to be like, wait, why the hell is there a bear up there?
Yeah, right. They are. I feel bad for Bryce Young, dude.
No, it's not his fault.
It's
really not.
Like, and this sucks. This is what sucks about rookie quarterbacks because we've seen this day in and day out with this damn Jets team. It's like we finally get him. We get this prized possession of a pick of a quarterback. What happened with the
Jets?
We won, by the way. But I'm saying these quarterbacks, they get thrown in, and then they look like shit. And it's like shit, man. Well, maybe if we had a team around him, maybe if he sat a little bit, we'd be better. But I don't know. I don't know what to think of Bryce Young. I mean, you guys know more than I do about how they were in college. I mean, he was pretty fucking good in college. No. But that team is atrocious. It's just that bad.
Get that man a team, and you'll be fine. But now it's like you don't have that number 1 pick.
He's fucked, man. Yeah, they don't have the pick. It would have been a top 3 pick, and now he's going to sit there for 3-4 years on a terrible roster. His whole rookie contract.
I'm telling you.
What they can't do, they can't do is get rid of him.
No,
I think you stick with him because he
got 4 years of him. So
he hasn't won, but he's shown me enough of like he has poise in the pocket. He'll stay in there. He knows when to run.
Like he's not inaccurate. Like he's accurate. He just doesn't have time in the pocket.
What game was it that pushed?
It was the Saints-Panthers game. Yep.
Yeah. So that game that wouldn't have pushed if he didn't make this run. He ran out of the pocket.
Hooked Marcus May, by the way. I know that player you're talking about. Like
he ran like 20 yards and got them a field goal, essentially. Like, that was a huge play.
Yeah.
And that's something that you look at. You're like, all right, so he has it. He just doesn't have what his biggest weapon's Adam Thielen.
They're going to be a team that targets somebody in the trade deadline. It's got to happen. I mean, do they just concede? I think they'll get a receiver. I mean, if they're trying to lock up someone for maybe like 2 to 3 years, I think they're going to be actively shopping for someone. But I mean,
they have to make up for that pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have to.
It's frustrating football right now because at that point, the only thing as a fantasy manager and a Carolina fan is Adam Thielen. That's all you want to score. And maybe Miles Sanders, you're starting him against like a shit team, but there's nothing else to that team besides Adam Thielen and Bryce Young right now.
Yeah. Well, the Panthers is kind of a dead end, but speaking of Adam Thielen, the Vikings.
Yeah. Okay.
Should they give up? Should they just There's rumors that the Steelers are looking at Kirk Cousins.
They should give up. They should blow it up and restart. Absolutely. Because at some point,
Do they only have one win?
they're 1-4.
Oh my god.
Justin Jefferson is disgruntled, whether he doesn't say it or
he's
not.
Injured.
And he's injured.
Isn't he on IR?
He's on the IR,
Yep.
so he'll be missing the next 4 games. He wants to be out. And the fact that he still has not accepted a contract or signed a contract is this reason that is happening right at this moment. Because we know that Kirk can be good, but hey, and the fact that they're 1-4 is insane to me because it's not like they have shit weapons. They got TJ Hockenson, who's the 3rd best tight end in the league. They got Jordan Addison, a young rookie who's going to be good. KJ Osborne is a solid wide receiver 3.
Thank you for that one.
You're welcome. Alexander Madison is a little iffy. He has his games. He's been playing well recently, but they just can't figure it out.
Yep.
Like, I mean, again, they're in a really weird spot.
Is it? Do you ever think about this? Like Madison, every time I think about him, I'm just like, oh, he's injured. Like, I never think he's actually on the field.
I just see him as an RB2, like
Yeah.
a backup running back. Like,
Doing well though.
yeah, the
I
last
know.
2 years
I just
or 2
can't
games, he
ever
has.
see him as an RB1 or not injured.
Yeah, he's more of like a volume player. Like, you just got to get him as many touches as he can, and then he'll obviously produce. But he's not. I don't think he'll give you a consistent 20+ points. That just is not happening. But yeah. Oh, by the way, having the number 1 pick in fantasy is cursed because you feel like an asshole if you don't take the number 1 player that's available. Every single year, they always find a way to not be the number 1 guy again. It's like every running backs do not repeat the number 1 like rushing yard title or whatever. Like JT last year, like everyone with the number 1 pick was taking JT, Jonathan Taylor, and then he was like the 32nd ranked running back. This year is Justin Jefferson. He actually wasn't even doing he wasn't putting up the elite numbers that he was. But now he's going on the IR for 4 games. Like, that could be like a later in the fantasy year type of winner. But you're not getting number 1 production. Like, you're not going to get that number 1 receiver that you wanted, I guess to say, because everyone knows I got to focus him. So this is my theory now. If you have the number 1 pick and the number 1 player, don't take him. Take the number 2 player. Because the number 2 player was McCaff this year. And he's the number 1 running back.
Speaking of fantasy, I need your team in Sleeper to do so bad. No, respectfully.
Respectfully, I understand.
Yeah, as a competition, but I hope you do well.
This last week was really rough because I had a lot of injuries and a lot of buys, but I'm coming back this week strong. I'm going against
You can
Gassy.
tank.
Huh?
You can tank if you want to.
I could tank if I want to, but I don't have a first-round pick, so I
have it.
I know you do. I did put Derrick Henry on the block, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw this. I put him on the trading block. Mm-hmm. So if you want to offer me something, I like ETN. I'm willing to talk.
I do too.
I'm willing to talk.
Everyone in our league wants that guy, but then so I'm sure like you would give me a decent trade for it if you wanted him, but there's some people, and I'm not going to call them out.
I know
that want to trade him for a bag of nuts, and it's like
for a washer and a dryer.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what are we talking about here? Like, this guy's putting up huge points every week, this week especially.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, could I give you this guy? He's injured right now, but he might come back this year. It's like, what?
Every fantasy manager,
idiots.
Every manager will try to justify and overvalue the shit out of their players. And I think with Dynasty, the one thing that like throws everyone off is the age gap. Like an older player that's like 29, 30, it's like, like he's so old, I don't want to do it. But it's like, yeah, but he's a must start. And he's putting up crazy numbers. Keenan Allen's a great example. It's like he's going to be playing next year. He's going to be putting up the same numbers. Derrick Henry is... This is a little interesting topic. Derrick Henry is an interesting guy because
he throws
touchdowns. He could have actually had another one last week, by the way. D-Hop didn't keep his feet in the end zone. But him and Tajay Spears, which is his backup, are pretty much like evenly split on carries and like snap percentage. I think Tajay Spears is around like 52, 53, and Derrick Henry's around the same. When is his time? Like, when do we think that decline for Derrick Henry is going to happen?
Next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
Because I believe this is the last contract, like the last year of his contract.
I think he gets a big contract, and then it's all downhill from there.
And then it's all downhill from there.
A little bit like Zeke.
It's just like, dude, this is
He runs too hard. He already has metal in his foot. Like, the guy is just like, he tries to run through everybody, and you can't do that. I know he's the biggest dude in the NFL, but you can only do that for so long before your body is like, dude, we're quitting.
But how long have we been saying that for, though? Like, I feel like Derrick Henry, it's been like that. We've had that conversation for the last, 2 years. Like, oh, this guy, all he does is get run through the ground. But, bro, he's still standing. He's still playing every single week.
Which is why
is it going to stop? Is it ever going to stop?
And that's why I'm going to continue to say, next year.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to be on the right side of this.
We think it's wrong we think it's always going to be next year because he should not be doing this. But eventually I'm going to be he'll actually be done, and he'll actually get injured to consider retirement.
And that's the one that we'll clip.
Yeah, we'll clip it, and then we'll actually call ourselves right there. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm looking. Your team has surprised me the most, by the way.
Devastating injuries to start the season. Nick Chubb and Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't get worse than that, but the boys are rallying. They're rallying.
Yep. We should have thrown you a little dinner for that one. That's on us. That's horrible.
Because that first week I was like, Gas, your team is concerning, and you're like, I know. And then all of a sudden, Nico Collins is a wide receiver 1 who's putting up numbers. Gabe Davis is being consistent. I don't even know who else you have, but
can you give him the mic quick?
Tutu Atwell's another one.
I would like to take this time. So who's your quarterback at the moment?
Brock Purdy.
Never mind. Give him the mic back. I was going to offer to trade you Zach Wilson because he's outscored Dak Prescott the last 2 weeks.
I just picked up Sam Darnold.
There you go. Preparing for that next injury.
I just want to say I saw a stat that Dak Prescott and Desmond Ridder have very identical stats to start the year. Is that concerning? Oh wait, I never got to that. With the Cowboys, are you losing faith in Dak?
No.
Are Cowboys fans losing faith in Dak?
All right, so I think that the fake Cowboys fans or the ones that don't really tune in all the time and it's like, oh, I look at the box score or something. Like they don't make an effort. They think Dak Prescott is the worst quarterback of all time. Now, I've watched Dak almost every single game since he entered the league. I've missed a few here or there. But I've seen him at his worst. I've seen him at his best.
And his best is what overtakes you to keep believing in him.
Because it happens way more than his worst does. Because we saw his worst against the Niners, and his worst is when he gets frazzled early because their D-line gets in the backfield fast and he feels like he doesn't have time and he has to get the ball out. And those type of games are where Dak, you get to see it in his feet. He's not a quarterback that moves his feet. He's not his rookie year. He kind of is more still. He'll move around, make his pass. His feet were on.
Dancing.
Dude, they were off the rocker after those first 2 drives. And I turned I didn't turn the TV off. I watched it. It was miserable. But I was like, this is horrible. I'm watching it. I didn't even watch the plays. I was watching his feet. And I was like, this is over. We're done. We're cooked. I believe in him, though.
Okay, that was my next question. I actually had 2 questions. Number one.
I think he can still lead us to an NFC championship. Win that? I don't know because it depends on who we have to play.
Will he ever lead you to a Super Bowl? Do you think he's a quarterback that will lead you to a Super Bowl and win it?
In the right scenario, so the playoffs would have to line up for us. I think this year, should the Cowboys get hot? Because you think
you have 2 teams to worry about. That's it. It's the Birds and the Niners.
That's what I mean. I think
that's it.
If we can get the Birds in the divisional, not the divisional,
NFC chip.
Yes, and get the 49ers earlier. I think that's our best route because I think
vice versa would not be.
No, because I think if we get to the NFC Championship and have to play the 49ers, everyone's looking back on this game and it's just bad. It's bad. We need more games on the board. We need other teams to be playing. We can't just only have 2 games that weekend. We got to have way more games. Get everyone off of that game, watching what's happening.
Plus, you'll be resting starters.
The Chiefs, the Jags. No. I mean the early round of the playoffs. Yeah. There's just in general more games than the championship week. We can't have eyes on us completely. We need eyes on other teams. If there's only eyes on us, because no one's going to care about the other one, if it's 49ers Cowboys. That's just not good. We'll lose that game, 100%. Now, if it's Eagles Cowboys, I think we win.
Is Dak?
I think that might be what it'll be. San Fran's going to have a first-round bye.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would have to catch him in that next round.
So it would be in the divisional round because the Eagles right now where we're looking at is they'll also have a bye, and then depending on the rankings, you guys would most likely play them.
Yeah.
Is Dak Prescott the equivalent to Kirk Cousins?
No.
No?
I think Dak's better.
You think Dak is better?
He's just in more of a spotlight. So, like, Kirk Cousins is bad. Like,
if you put Kirk
he
on
hasn't played well in, like, a year. He was good last year, but look at his weapons that he had. Of course he's going to be good. Dak's working with, like, CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard last year because the rest of them were injured or useless.
It kind of frustrates me that the Cowboys, like, I feel like they're trying to address the wide receiver room by, like, buying low and hoping for the best, but it's just not happening.
I want them to go get Jettis.
Like, I think that, like, the Cowboys are one team, and we've been saying this too. They need another guy. Like, they need another guy who's going to be consistent as CD.
They got Cooks, and he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, though. That they bought him low, and now they were expecting him buy low, like low risk, maybe a decent reward there, but it just hasn't happened. Michael Gallup, we know him too. But I think if they had just another solid weapon, like just a solid wide receiver too.
And you know this, like, I love Michael Gallup. I think he's great in the red zone. You know how in soccer, there's guys that can play small-sided within, like, the 30 yards. If you have the goals close, you're playing, like, 5v5. They're money in front of goal.
Yeah.
But the field is way bigger than that.
Absolutely.
Michael Gallup would be the equivalent to that.
I think
he's so good within those 20 yards. But outside of that, useless.
His knee says no.
Yeah, and there's, like, if we could move him and Cooks for Justin Jefferson, I would lose my mind. That would be incredible.
I think
get them both out of here. Give me him. This team is instantly in the talks to win this thing.
I think this year the trade deadline is going to be one of the biggest topics of football that we've talking about, like of recent trade deadlines, because one team that you should be looking at are I hate to say it, the Denver Broncos, because they have two, like Jerry Jeudy.
I would take Jeudy as well.
Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton are immediate wide receiver twos on the Cowboys. Probably on any team that is just not named Denver Broncos. Devontae Adams is another guy that is lurking around. I mean, he doesn't want to be in Oakland or Las Vegas. I think if there are a couple teams that have to be active to make that push, I'll throw the Jets in there because they can use another guy. By the way, we're stopping Mecole Hardman, which is weird. Dallas is one of them. There are others, but I think America's team, dude, they got to get someone because CD, how much more can he take by just being the wide receiver one? Like, obviously, that's the guy you want to key on. I mean, I think that is such a big factor as to why. Like, if they have a wide receiver too, like Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, or even fucking Devontae Adams, that game is way different than Niners game, in my opinion. I mean, again, the defense got exploited, but
now
it helps them.
I'm just seeing this. Jerry Jones today, in response to saying, does he want to see CeeDee Lamb get more opportunities, more touches? I don't know about that. That's what he said. Now,
take that with a grain of salt. He's old as shit.
No, but hear me out. It's a contract year for CeeDee. Jerry does not want to give money out. This guy is the worst. Honestly, him and Skip Bayless might be my least favorite Cowboys fans.
That's saying something.
They honestly might be. They both up there. Like, this dude deserves so much money. He is a beast. And this guy's out here saying we need to spread the ball to several wide receivers and tight ends.
Who? Bro?
Which one of them gets open? None of them get open. None of them.
Yeah.
Michael Gallup can only run down the sideline. When we throw it to him, he doesn't even try to catch the ball. Our tight ends get throws wide open to them in their numbers. They drop them. Like, the beginning of that 49ers game easily could have been 7-7 had our tight ends just, marginally done a little better.
They wouldn't even pay Dalton Schultz, dude.
Can we move on?
Yeah, we can move on. We can move on, but
I could go all day on this. Like,
okay, we can talk about the Jets a little bit. Go ahead.
Can the Jets make a playoff push?
Yes, they can.
I think
they
so
can
too.
sneak into a wild card spot
so
for
too.
sure. But we were at the bar watching the game. We were drunk, so in that environment, you're only going to see like 25% of it. I wake up the next day to see that Elijah Vera Tucker is out for the season with a torn Achilles.
win,
I was so-
we have to sacrifice a player, a star player.
So I saw that like happen live, and I didn't see anything from you guys. Like you guys didn't text me anything, didn't call me. Didn't
That's
say
why I
anything.
can't watch it at a bar, dude. Yeah, no clue.
I
I
was
had
so
no clue.
confused. That makes a lot more sense now.
Watching, hold on,
'Cause I was like, that seemed like that deserved a text.
watching games at a bar just does not work at all. Like, if you want to thoroughly watch your team every single snap, never, ever, ever go to a bar. I wouldn't even say don't even go to your buddy's house, dude, unless you have the game on and it's not red zone. Like, I went over to Alex and Adam Peters' house, and Adam's got it on his laptop, like, watching every single snap. Like, you go anywhere else but your safe haven of a home where you could watch the Jets, you are going to miss 50%, at least 50% of the game. And the fact that we lost AVT, now we're going to have Dwayne Brown back, and he's probably going to fucking blow blocks like Evan Neal and is going to get Zach hurt. And then we're going to be rocking with Trevor Siemian. I don't want to speak negative, but...
That's my backup quarterback you're talking about.
Yes, but I will say in the Jets game, the defense looked great. Again, the Broncos suck, and screw Sean Payton. Breece Hall is a beast. He's got to be our best player. There's no way. And the fact that we actually gave him the ball, I think he had around like 22 carries. Like
It only took you guys 5 weeks.
every single,
200 scrimmage yards.
like almost 200 scrimmage yards. Like, we need this, and a touchdown, a long touchdown. We need this every single game. His ACL's fine. Like, he's fully recovered.
Don't even say that.
He's
Don't even
great.
say that.
Knock on wood.
Clip
Because
that.
we know a few more. We're gonna have a few more wins. A few more players will have to get sacrificed in order to win.
By the way, that was my 69. That was my Leroy Jenkins Player of the Week. 28 freaking points. Rob my Leroy Jenkins players. They're snapping. Come on now. But actually,
It's not gonna be the only thing snapping.
sit him next week. They're playing the Birds. I don't expect much. So let him take a break on your bench, and then throw him back in after the bye. You'll be good.
You know what I expect against the Birds? 69 yards.
There you go.
69
I like that.
players.
69 Player of the Week is Breece Hall.
Do you want to talk about this week while we're on the topic?
Sure. Why not?
All right, so we had two. Usually I just pick whichever one I think is better. Like the Lions D one, I think a Lions D was better than a Jaguars D. It's just human nature.
We're still jacking off.
The
by the way.
wildlife, yeah, maybe. So this week, Jordan Mason, 69 yards, but also had 6.9 average yards. So a double whammy, kind of like a scorigami in the
Scorigami,
69
yeah.
world. But now here's my dilemma. We sang about him. We were looking for him. We were searching. Our boy was missing. Our hero, our savior of the 69 world, 2-time champion last year and season champion last year, Josh Jacobs.
Give him the third,
69.
dude.
Give him the
Give
third.
him the third.
Give him the third.
69 Player of the Week for 3 times,
Yup.
Mr. Josh Jacobs.
Yup.
You have to.
Josh
Yeah.
Jacobs.
How can you? If
the
he
king.
listen, he's
you
gotten
gotta
to
beat the king to be the king.
There you go. He's gotten to the point now. If he's getting 69 yards, it doesn't matter who, because he was one of our first champions of the 69 Player of the Week. You have to give it back to him because he's still fighting for it. It's not like he got it once and then he's never gotten it again. This is his damn third time, bro.
What's crazy about it is it's like everyone else only has one.
Wait, hold up. 69 rushing yards?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the only one to win it more than one time. And he's won it 3 times.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And history would say that he's going to win another one this year.
Listen, and the fact that if the line is like 69 and a half, you got to take the under because he's just rocking the 69 yards so many times.
Now, last week I said Kelsey would get it for the second time this season. He had 68 yards. We were close.
There you go.
We were really close.
And he won it last week, or was it
He
2
won
weeks
it
ago?
in week 3.
There you go.
Yep.
So, all right, we're spreading the wealth a little bit, but I don't know who. Let's see who mine's going to be this year. It's going to be or this week. I'm just going to throw a name out there. I am going to say it is going to be. I'm going to go AJ Brown here because he's been going off the last 2 weeks.
All right, we're on the same page.
I'm
right
expecting a Devontae Smith breakout game. I think he's going to go insane. I'm going to go AJ Brown. We're going to get him 69
now. I was
yards.
going to say Swift. I like
Fair.
where our heads are at. What if they both?
If they both get it, I mean, crown us champions.
Yeah,
Crown
that's
us
pretty
gods.
good. Gassy?
I don't know.
What'd you say? Oh, Breece Hall.
Breece Hall.
Yeah.
All right, so Eagles, Jets
We're going
game.
green.
369
Green.
players.
Really green.
It's doable. It's doable.
It's tough
We'll
to do
see.
69 with 3, so we'd have to pick 2. But
I like
Sorry.
AJ a lot. I think he's due.
You could maybe 60.
I'm thinking about you could triangle it up, right?
Yeah,
It's possible.
I don't know what we'd have to do if we actually got that correct.
I don't. Think,
I don't know.
He's not picking up what we're saying.
No, I'm not. I was completely going over my head. But no, I mean,
so
you
we're
went
gonna
try.
have a polyamorous 69 player of the week this week. It's all gonna be in the Eagles-Jets game. You
Okay.
gotta try.
Very green. Very green.
All right. No, I didn't go over my head. Jesus Christ. I was trying to move on from it, but you guys were stuck. You guys were stuck. Let's let it happen. Motherfuckers. But all right, we're back. We are back. And I'm looking at a 99 number right here. If we just turn this one over, it'd be a 69 player. You know what this means?
Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams.
But wasn't he 98?
69 tackles.
He was 99.
I
Yep.
think.
That's why I got it.
69 tackles. Yeah, so
Jets 69 tackles.
Quinnen Williams, 69 tackles at the end of the year.
Okay.
I mean, listen, we got other things. We could jump right to the rankings. We could jump into our mortals, our new mortals for the week. I don't know if you guys looked at
You
it.
want to go rankings and then mortals?
Let's go rankings and then mortals, and
Okay.
then we'll clear it up. And I want to talk a little bit of baseball because I don't know if you watched that Phillies game last night. But
yes.
ooh, tough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want to just throw out teams?
So here's the segment for all the listeners. So we have it broken up into 5 categories: great, good, good enough to not make the playoffs, bad, and terrible. So we're just gonna rank all the teams inside of these categories.
Deal.
Gassy, do you just want to give us a team? We'll just go through all 32, 30.
We're gonna go through all 32 teams.
Well, we gotta rank them.
Let's
True.
go
We can go quick, rapid fire.
Chicago Bears.
Bad.
Yeah, I'll go bad. So that's 4th.
Yeah.
Let me write this down so I can go off something here.
Next.
The Baltimore Ravens.
I'm gonna say good. I'm gonna say
thinking
good because I
I'm
still
thinking
think they
good.
can make the playoffs. I think last week was just a good old rivalry, and they just did not show up.
Yeah.
And a lot of the receivers were dropping balls left and
Lamar
right.
played well.
Lamar played well. The receivers just could not catch anything. I'm still not high on the Steelers. Their defense is solid, but their offense is bad. But yeah, I'll throw them in the good category.
All right, let's do one more because my laptop is gonna die soon, and I forgot my charger.
I have a charger. I got a charger. Next.
But next, Indy.
I'm going to say good, but not good enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm putting them in good enough to not make
But
it.
this is a risk, though, because they actually have a chance of winning the division. The fact that Anthony Richardson is out, I think that hurts them. But Gardner Minshew is a great backup. We could definitely be wrong on this because they're actually proving us that they could be a playoff team. But I'm going to put them there for now just because AR's out and their schedules look a little tough recently.
Should we just put the 2 teams in great that we are going to put in great?
Niners,
And
Eagles, and you have to throw the Chiefs in there.
are we putting them in great?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Are
got to
they
put them in
great?
great.
Put them in good. At this
I think they're good, man. I don't know if they're great.
I think they're in great. I personally think they're in great.
Okay, we'll put them in great.
You have to. I mean, what are they, 4-1?
Yeah, but
There's a whole
They have no
lot
wide
of season
receivers.
left,
but we're talking about now.
They still
We're
find a
talking
way.
about now.
I'd throw them in great.
Okay.
And you hate to see it because they've gotten bailed out by the refs. But going off the numbers, we're going to put them in great. And then bad and then terrible.
Terrible Panthers.
Terrible is the Panthers, Broncos, Patriots, Giants,
But
all
are they-
4 of those teams.
We're putting all of them in terrible
Absolutely.
or bad?
They're terrible.
Terrible. Okay, so
The Broncos, the Panthers.
I'm with the
Giants.
Giants. Broncos. Yeah,
you got to
Russell
throw the
Wilson's
Patriots in there.
terrible.
You got to throw the Patriots.
Patriots
in there,
after the
sorry.
last 2 weeks, horrible. What was the other one?
Broncos, Panthers, Giants, Patriots, and that's pretty much it.
All right, so that's
For
terrible.
Yep.
Now, good teams.
We can go by division if that makes it easier.
All right, we could do that. Do we put the Cowboys? Cowboys got to be in there.
I'll put the Cowboys in good. I'll throw them a little bit over the third ranking, so we'll put them in good. I just think the NFC is it's open for a lot of wild card positions. We'll put them in good.
Bengals, good. I think after watching them last week, they got to be good.
Yeah, they're good.
Good. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll agree with you guys on that one. I had to think about it, but I'll put them in good.
Do you want to stay in that division and go with the Browns and the Steelers?
Steelers, I'm going to go bad. Browns,
I was going to say Browns good enough.
Yes.
Steelers bad.
Yes, I'm right there with you. And then we'll move to the. We'll clear the AFC East.
All right.
Bills. Again, I think they're overvalued, but I'm just going to put them in good.
I was going to say good enough with the Bills.
I'll throw them in there too.
I was going to say
it's one of those two, and I'll put it there.
And I was going to put the Jets in there too.
Yeah, I'd throw the Jets in there as well.
Because I don't think the Jets are bad.
They don't have a bad roster.
They're good enough to not make the playoffs.
We just know what they are with Zach Wilson right now. But if maybe they change it.
Time out.
Huh?
If we're putting the Chiefs in great, the Dolphins better be great.
Oh, yeah, Dolphins are in great right
Dolphins
now. Absolutely.
Better be great.
Absolutely. And then for the AFC North, we had the Ravens, Steelers, Browns. AFC South, Jaguars, I'm going to put good but not enough to make the playoffs.
Wait.
I don't want to put them there, though.
Can we put them in two categories and put Jags ... UK?
UK or no,
Jags,
Europe, because I think they played in Germany.
Jags Europe
is great.
Is good.
Great. Absolutely.
All right, let's put them in great. I agree with that. They don't lose there.
No, they don't.
They don't. And then Jags USA is in good enough to not make the playoffs.
Yeah. I hate to say it too because I don't understand. I don't want to get into them, but I wish they were in the good category because they should be in the good category. Again, it's one of the more disappointing teams right now, but they're still. I think they're like 3-2, so they're not quite done yet.
Texans.
I would love to put them in the good category.
I think they're.
But the AFC is too strong.
I think they're good enough.
Yep,
I think they'll win a lot of games, but they just won't do it.
And
Who's
then
the other one there? Titans.
The Titans, I'm going to throw them in bad.
Bad?
I'm going to throw them in bad. I just think Tanny can't do it.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's just too many open holes.
That's what she said.
That is exactly what she said. Too many
wide
open holes, baby. But, yeah, we'll throw them in bad.
Right. Chiefs, Broncos, we need the Chargers are good.
Ooh.
I think the Chargers are good because you look at that division, it's Raiders then. Raiders are bad.
Raiders are bad, yes.
Chargers, they're better than making the playoffs.
I think they're on that brink of 2 and 3.
Now, next week, if they lose to the Cowboys, they're moving into good enough to not make the playoffs.
Okay, fair. We'll throw them in good for now. That works. And then who else? We have the Raiders, bad.
Bad.
We
did
Chiefs.
Commanders.
Okay, so we're on NFC now. NFC, okay, Commanders I'm going to do bad. Yeah. I don't think they're terrible because they got players, and they also almost beat the Birds. We're going to put them in the bad category.
All right, so that division's good.
Cowboys, we did good. Eagles, we did
What's
great.
The next division?
NFC North, Lions. I'm throwing good. Absolutely.
Very good.
The Vikings, I'm going to throw them in bad because we know they have potential. Packers, I really want to throw them in terrible, but for the sake of Drew Appleman, we'll put them in bad.
They're bad.
Because I don't think they're good enough to be.
But that's another one. If they lose, they're moving down one.
Yeah. I don't think the playoffs are in their horizon. And then we have the Bears, right? We did that
Bears
already?
Bears are in there, yep.
AFC South, the Saints. Just because that division, I'll put them in good.
Bucks,
I will do.
I think Bucks are good. I think Saints are good enough to not make the playoffs.
I think
but actually, timeout. I forgot Kamara's back. Saints are now good enough.
Saints are now good. Yep. I think the Bucks are good enough to not make the playoffs.
I can get behind.
Or not good enough to make the playoffs.
And then Panthers, Falcons.
Falcons, same thing.
Good enough.
Yeah. Because I don't want to consider them they're bad. Right now they're 3-2, and again they're a sleeper team, but Desmond Ridder just has to be good or great. I'm sorry. Now we have the AFC West. So that's going
NFC
to
West.
or I'm sorry, NFC West.
49ers, Rams.
Rams, I'm going to throw in the good.
I'm
going to throw them in the good
Rams have looked
category
pretty
because
good.
now they got cut back.
Dude, they threw to him like 8 times in a row.
That first
Same
drive
play over and over
was
and over
he got 5 targets immediately in the first drive. So it's good to see that they're back, and the fact that they have Puka and Kyron Williams, I'm going to put them in good.
Yep.
I love the Rams right now. We have the Cardinals. I'm not
Bad.
terrible, not
Bad.
terrible. We'll throw them in bad.
Bad.
And then we have the Seahawks.
Good enough.
I'll
'Cause
throw
I
them in
think
good enough as well.
I think they haven't shown their capabilities yet.
They're very close. Their team, if they win, they're moving up to good.
They're moving up to good. If they lose,
If they lose, they're going to stay. I
I
think
was
they
gonna
should
put 'em at
stay. No, because
Who
I
do they
don't
play
think they're
this
bad.
week? Who do they play?
They play.
I got it. It is the. I don't got it.
I got it.
Bengals.
The Bengals?
Yep.
Off a bye, and I hate, like, that was the one team I'm like, they're good, but where they're at now, they got to win games. So they might be in my good, but not good enough to make the playoffs. It might just be that type of year, fluke year.
Yep.
But if they lose, we're going to relegate them.
Yep.
All right. So those are our rankings right now.
Is that everyone?
I think that's everyone. Let me see. Turn the camera or turn the
we
fucking
have-
laptop.
Great is 49ers, Eagles, Chiefs, Dolphins, Jags, Europe. Good
Jags.
is Ravens, Cowboys, Bengals, Chargers, Lions, Saints, Rams.
It's a lot of teams.
Good enough, but won't make the playoffs. Colts, Browns, Bills, Jets, Jags, USA, Texans, Bucks, Falcons, Seahawks. Bad teams are the Bears, Steelers, Titans, Raiders, Commanders, Vikings, Packers, Cardinals. Terrible teams, Panthers,
Those 4.
Giants, Broncos, Patriots.
I think that's a fair ranking system right now.
Yep. I think that's very accurate.
I think it's quite accurate. Next week, I think there'll be some moving parts. Maybe terrible. Maybe one will move up to bad. Bad will move to terrible. Bad will move up to There's so many.
I don't see
there's
any
so
of the
many
terrible
possibilities.
teams moving up. I'm just looking at it and I'm like,
The
nope,
only
can't see it.
one, because just somehow you can't count them out are the Patriots, and they are freaking terrible. But they can somehow make some noise and move up to bad.
They're at the Raiders.
Oh my God! Are they actually at the Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that so locked? But I can't put it as my mortal, and I already know they're gonna fucking cover or win.
All right,
I was thinking about taking the Raiders.
should we get into the mortals?
We should.
Sure.
All right.
So you're the hot one here, kid. You go.
Yeah.
So again, hold
morals,
on. He is the guy to follow right now. Knock
Yep.
on wood.
Morals are 3. I'm 3-2. Mike's 1-3-1. Gassy is 2-3. My pick this week: Cowboys -2.5. Revenge game. I see them winning this one relatively handily. The Chargers will be a good team in this. I think they're going to push them, but at the end, I think the Cowboys will get a turnover that will push them over the edge. Win by at least 4.
Has a -2 right now. Would you like to adjust the line, or are you confident?
Well,
2.5.
2.5. We're winning by at least a field goal.
Locked.
I'm locking it in.
This week, I'm taking the Detroit Lions -3 against Tampa Bay.
Love it.
Freaking bastard, bro. I was gonna take the Bucks +3, but now I can't do this. I can't do this.
The Raiders.
Nah.
Do it. Don't apologize.
You take the Raiders. You
No.
said you wanted to take the Raiders.
I'm taking
Take the Bucks. And don't apologize.
No,
Whoever wins, don't even apologize.
because we can't go 3-0, dude. No, that can't happen.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So
about that.
he's
Yeah,
on the
that's true.
Lions
That's
here.
true.
Let Mikey adjust.
I just want chaos.
Oh my God, I hate this. All right, screw it. We're taking the Broncos +10.5. We're taking them on Thursday night +10.5. They're gonna cover. The Chiefs don't cover on prime time. They just barely covered against the Vikings. God, we're gonna do it. We're gonna take the Broncos. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, but I'm gonna take it.
Kicker parlay: Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Eagles, all to have at least 2.5 field goals made or extra points made.
Jesus, I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Broncos +10.5.
Brilliant.
The Broncos are so bad.
That was
But,
a good
dude,
one.
you got to do something. You have to do something. You have to at least put up a fight.
Let's ride.
Oh,
Let's
man.
ride.
I hate that pick.
Let's ride. Well, it's
We're going
locked
3-0.
in.
I don't care.
Stamped.
We're going 3-0.
Stamped.
Let's ride. Like, dude, after that game from at home and the Chiefs as your division rival, you gotta put up a damn fight. You're not that injured. Javonte Williams supposed to come back. I'm not high on him at all, but you got Jerry Jeudy, you got Sutton.
So fun fact with our mortals, don't want to jinx it, but the Lions, we've never lost a pick with the Lions in it. We're 6-0.
Good, because I was going to take the Bucks +3. We're going to get off that now. We're going to move on. We're going to adjust.
Yep.
And we're going to take the damn freaking Broncos. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Now, is that it for football?
Yep. I didn't watch any baseball because I don't recognize this World Series as there's no New York teams in the playoffs. That's what I'm going to say.
One last thing on the Broncos here. I wanted to. This is one of the topics I had. We will get into baseball. Hold on. I don't want to move too quickly here. Will Russell Wilson ever return to his old form?
No.
Yes. No. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, right now this isn't Russell Wilson. This is Mr. Unlimited.
We're watching Mr. Unlimited. All right.
No.
Fair enough. Okay.
Actually, you know what? I think he will get back to that eventually. Because I have faith.
Don't be fooled.
I have faith that the real Russ is still somewhere in there, deep down inside. This Mr. Unlimited character, he's got to go.
Let me tell you a little story about another guy named Russ. So there's this guy, Russell Westbrook.
Oh, no.
And everyone says, oh, he's still good. No, the man sucks. Russell Wilson, dead.
Dead. You heard it here first. But I was going to say if he does somehow get on another team, maybe he makes a reunion back with Seattle, then he might be back to his old form.
Yeah, I don't think Pete Carroll will allow that.
I don't think so either. He loves Geno Smith. But, Russ, we're rooting for you on Thursday, buddy. We are riding this Thursday with you. Come in clutch for us.
I need to make it clear that I will be cheering for the pick, but not for Russ.
No, we will be cheering for the pick. Absolutely.
Yep. Not
Primetime
for us.
game. It's bound to happen. Now, let's get into baseball real quick because I know you didn't really watch the game much. So
I have not watched baseball since the playoffs started. I don't recognize this as a legitimate World Series.
There you go. From a Yankees fan, there you go, guys. You heard that here first. Clip it. I haven't watched much either. I've tuned in a couple games. The Diamondbacks are going to make the World Series because they beat the Brewers, and every team that beats the Brewers in the playoffs either makes it or wins the World Series.
Wait, is that real?
That is real.
Oh, I'm placing a future.
Corbin Carroll is going to be an MVP at some point. I've been saying it for a freaking minute. He is an animal. Watch that guy. Guys, just go on YouTube and just look up Corbin Carroll and just watch the man run. He's the fastest player in the league, and he's got power. He's going to be MVP at some point in his career. The Phillies-Atlanta game. Again, I said this last week. The Phillies, they took care of Miami. Very simple. They, again, have the easiest route to the World Series, in my opinion. Because right now the Dodgers are losing. I think they're down 2-0 against the Diamondbacks, and Diamondbacks are hot, but they're beatable. The Phillies, they are now tied 1-1. Last night's game, they were up, I believe, 3-0, 4-0, and Zach Wheeler had a gem, and then the bullpen, I don't know why he brought in that guy, let up a bunch of runs. Braves came back, and they won 5-4. Huge game for the Braves. The Phillies have to win tomorrow. This is probably their most important game. It's tomorrow. Because if you lose this game, because right now the Braves have the momentum. They got to come in. Noel's on the mound. I'm not sure who's on the mound for the Braves. But this is their most important game. They have to win tomorrow in order to make it, in order to advance.
I know I said that I don't recognize it as a World Series, and I didn't watch any baseball, but I'd be lying if I didn't bet against the Phillies last night. And wow, what a pick. The moment I saw the Phillies go up by a couple runs, I was like, you know what? There's no way the Braves lose this game. I threw on them plus money. What a night.
Yeah, that's a great night for Atlanta Braves bettors for sure. But again, this is what I'm talking about. Like baseball, it's all about teams that are just hot in the right moment. Like the Diamondbacks are a perfect example. Granted, the Dodgers, they are the biggest choke artist ever. They won. I think it was the COVID year that they won, I think it was COVID year they won. That didn't count, or it might have been 21. I'm not sure. But they never. Clayton Kershaw is like, once October comes around, he's done. He doesn't know how to pitch anymore. Yep. and they always choke. The Phillies could do it. And again, I don't like the Phillies. I'm not a Phillies fan, but the Marlins they took care of. They always give the Braves problems, and the Braves are another team that are always having that target against or on their back. Like, they're always a great regular season team, and they were the first ranked team, dude. And like, they just can't figure out in the playoffs. Like, the Phillies are the only team that could beat them in the playoffs right now, and if they do, I don't see how the Phillies can't make it back to the World Series. Very simple.
I agree.
So
I hate it, but I agree.
Trying to see Houston. The Astros are up 2-1 against the Braves. The Orioles are down 2-0 against the Rangers. I was on the Orioles, but they're too young. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. And the Diamondbacks, yeah, we're looking at.
I'm pulling
really
for the Diamondbacks
series.
now. What's their line? Can I get their line on the World Series?
I'm on ESPN. Hold on. Let me look.
It doesn't really matter. I'm taking them regardless.
Plus 650.
Yep, lock me in.
The Braves
them and Brock Purdy. Lock me in.
The Braves are plus 270 right now. Dude, they don't even have the Dodgers are plus 1900. Orioles are plus 4500.
Are the Dodgers down 2 games?
They're down 2 games.
Oh,
I don't see them coming back. I don't. The Rangers are an interesting team. I really hope Houston doesn't win it because we don't want to see Houston win. But they're a powerhouse, dude. They're a freaking powerhouse. They won it last year. I wouldn't be shocked if they did it again. But let's go. You know what? Fuck the Braves, dude. I want to see Philly beat them. Fuck the Braves. They are the most hated team as a Mets fan or just NL East fans. They are the most hated. No one cares about the Nationals. Phillies, yeah, they can. They're hated too. But it's the Braves. Fuck the Braves. That's it.
All right.
So with that being said,
peace out.
We're still working on the Kelly Green jersey, by the way.
Yeah, we're never gonna get that.
I don't think we're ever gonna get them.
We're gonna find a different jersey.
We're gonna give it one more week, and maybe if we're lucky, we might get our hands on one. But you might just get a regular jersey at this point. So keep tuning in, keep liking. We'll post that video soon once we actually get the jersey. I'm gonna throw a poll up and see what people would want, like as the player on the back. So with that being said, we got our Mortals in. 69 Player of the Week. Talk some good football here. Next week we should have a couple of guests on from the good old Hill of Fountain. Talk about the Steelers. So with that being said, we are gone. See you later.
Bye.